Hi. This movie shows one approach that can be used to transform MBAs. I think it should start with really humble beginnings where we take just one course or one module and transform it. And we make it resonate with people in the business school, the staff and the students. And through this resonance, infect others with enthusiasm and hope that the infection spreads. There are, however, a number of prerequisites: knowledge, software, and hardware. In terms of knowledge, you really need to know your subject because transformation is quite difficult if you're hesitant about your subject. You need to know your audience, what they like, what they don't like, what their ambitions are, what will intrigue them. And you also need to know quite a bit about the Apple system so that you are comfortable using it. The software that I have used comprises the following Apple apps. These are more or less the standard ones, but there's one in particular that's hugely important, and it's this one. It's iBooks Author, and in fact, you will use the other apps to make your iBooks Author book even more appealing. And finally, we have the hardware. The multi-touch books are created on a MacBook or an iMac, and they are read on an iPad. I now want to talk about a generic legacy part-time MBA. By generic, I mean it could be an MBA from any business school. Most MBAs tend to have this type of structure. Year 1, 3 or 4 subjects. Year 2, 3 or 4 subjects. And Year 3, 3 or 4 subjects. Now I want you to look at subject 12 because this is my subject, which is strategic management, and the last time I taught it, it was taught in a transformed fashion. That's why it's coloured grey, and the others are blue because they are still taught in a legacy fashion. Let's look at what happened. Here we have the generic strategic management, transformed. I want to put it in context now. It was taught on the Executive MBA of the Queen's University Management School in March 2015. And here's the approach. First of all, the syllabus or the module outline and the regulations and examples of other students' work, they are contained in what I have called the I-syllabus. Then we have the core text, and the core text is called Creating, Presenting and Implementing Strategic Plans, and there it is. These two combine to give the total course, apart from additional readings and so on, and the transformation comes from the fact that everything was contained on an iPad. Everything. Now let me advance from transformation of a single subject to the transformation of the total MBA. So here is how I have portrayed the single subject transformed MBA, and using the Apple system, a MacBook, iBooks Author, and the iBook Store, transform every subject into a format which enables them to be read on an iPad. And there you can see every subject is now coloured grey. There's another element which I think is hugely important, which is students' needs. Now in the classroom, students need to be engaged and they need to be able to take notes as an aide-memoir. It's hopeless if they're just watching movies. So why do we make the slides available? Coursework, examination, etc. These require revision. Again, the slides are very useful. And finally, in the students' places of work, it's quite important that they take class material and embed it in the best and future practice of their companies. So, I attempted to do this by posting every slide that I used in the class and the book on SlideShare, so that the process for the students was the following. Read and absorb the core text. Go to SlideShare and download the slides. And finally, build your own tailored slides. As you can see, it is a circular process. Here's my conclusion. In the future, MBA transformation will occur. It's certain to occur. And business schools should lead. There's no guarantee at the moment that they will, but they should lead. Secondly, here's a suggested process. We need an agreed standard to use. The standard I'm suggesting here is Apple. Multi-touch books are absolutely ideal for creating this process. Pilot it with just one course or one module and then replicate it throughout the MBA, so that we end up with an MBA where all the subjects or modules are transformed. Finally, this is where you can obtain all the material that was used in the Strategic Management module. Thank you and goodbye.